features are on the path to becoming obsolete. Technology is starting to reach a point where self-learning, artificial intelligence may overtake many jobs since there are just some things that a human can do which a computer can. To understand my claim, I must first start by explaining artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is defined as a theory of an evolution of computer-based systems able to perform tasks normally requiring human intelligence. People seem to think that such a technology could lead to our destruction or to our salvation, yet the technology is nowhere close to achieving that. For example, so many of us using an iPhone. Well, Siri is an example of pretty complicated AI, and an AI can be found in much simpler things through recommending your products on Amazon or showing you other cheesy 80s songs to listen to on Spotify. The most basic form of artificial intelligence is classified under machine learning. This is a type of artificial intelligence that you will regularly see in the world around you. Machine learning is when a computer-based system teaches itself to be better at something by doing that same thing over and over again. Dota 2 is a very popular game, with a total prize pool of $25 million for winning their world championship. How does this connect to AI? Well, a company supported by Elon Musk called OpenAI encoded a machine learning software that defeated many of the greatest players of all time in Dota 2 in just a couple of weeks. Many people who've been practicing for more than 14 hours a day over decades were defeated by machine learning encoded in just a couple of weeks. And that's just one of the many examples of how AI can be amazing. While there are some very basic forms of artificial intelligence, many corporations like Google and Facebook have started working on their very complex artificial intelligence. For example, Google's AI DeepMind has taught itself to talk in a more human way than any other computer before. The biggest fear with artificial intelligence is that they will turn on humans, that they try to take over the world. Yes, somehow people believe that Siri will try to take over the world, but it can be a really big concern. Yet I propose that nowadays AI can be more human than we are. For example, Microsoft created an AI in 2016, which they placed as a bot on Twitter. The bot would stay open and wait for tweets. It will then learn from what people were telling it and become more and more like the majority. No problems there, right? Wrong. After 24 hours, Microsoft was forced to shut the software down and delete all posted tweets. Now why would Microsoft need to take such drastic measures when they were only trying to do research? Because this is what the majority of people look like. We are so caught up living in hate of one another that we can't even have a pleasant conversation with a fascinating invention online without turning to racism, sexism, etc. AI isn't a problem. We are. An AI you create is like a blank slate. They won't randomly turn on us unless you give it a reason to. AI fascinating to learn about, and I could talk here all day about such technology that will revolutionize the world. But that isn't the point of this presentation. Going back to my original point of presentation, there are many reasons why I believe that AI may overtake teachers. But I'd like to propose a small plan of how AI will be able to do so. So firstly, to enable communicate between the students and the AI, a chip could be placed in the student's brain, able to read signals going from neuron to neuron. The AI would then be able to extrapolate this data to better understand students in their class. following an algorithm, I would be able to create lesson plans to effectively teach its individual students. The AI would then be able to comprehend how the students is learning and spend the correct amount of the time in each different course of along for personalized learning like never before. Now I see all the teachers some fearful they lose their jobs due to AI. Some skeptical at the fact that AI may be able to teach students at all. Some may be downright angry at me for making this presentation here today about this topic. So I'd like to propose a short-term compromise while we wait for an AI to be produced that's powerful enough to deal with a class of screaming first graders teacher-assisted artificial intelligence. This would follow the same idea as an AI-only teaching method, except the AI. The teacher would be able to use the data created by the AI to not only better understand the students, but also to quantitatively measure the students' learning and the evolution of students' learning throughout the year and not base their sole judgment of an M.pd exam where the students crammed so hard the night before they basically fall asleep while taking the test. Teaching through artificial intelligence will not only be cheaper, but it may be more effective since it will actually have unbiased opinions about the world around us. And teaching through teacher-assisted artificial intelligence may provide a short-term compromise or maybe a happier middle between these two extremes. This is the type of empathy and love that we need to teach our children so that we may finally be unified.